Hello Cancer, welcome to your reading. So this reading is timeless, and if it has made it across your feed or if you have found it, then this reading is for you, okay? If you're looking for a personal reading, you can contact me down below. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with your reading. So I pulled a general message for you to begin. And what I'm seeing here is that there's been an issue with you, I feel like, on an internal level. And you've really been needing to balance this. I feel like there's something that you've been missing in your life, something that you it's like something that keeps getting brought back to you over and over and over again, and it's like you just keep overlooking it, or you keep thinking that maybe it's not for you or that you don't deserve it. And that's kind of mostly what I'm seeing. I feel like you push it away. I feel like you look at this like you have to be strong and you have to push it away, because if you don't and you allow it to come into you, if you allow yourself to be vulnerable, then it's like you're going to end up dissatisfied, or you're going to end up very hurt. I feel like so it's like you kind of end up in a position where you feel like you take care of others, and like that works best for you. And so you would rather be in a position where you're caretaking somebody or you're rescuing somebody, that kind of thing, than being open to a situation that keeps getting brought back to you, which allows you to, which puts you in a position to be vulnerable. You know what I mean? And it's like, but it's getting to the point, because the way that I'm seeing it is like you've been trying to be strong for so long. And normally with the strength card, well, she looks like she's embracing this lion very gently, even though this lion is attacking her. And that's kind of how I feel like you perceive situations, or this situation that keeps coming to you, this cup. It's like you feel like you have to fight it off, and like it's an act of self-love or a self-preservation for you even. But it's like somehow you're missing the mark, because it keeps getting brought back around to you. This Temperance card is telling you that you're needing to somehow temper or balance. Do I have this right? Yeah, balance between, this is how they were, between these two energies. You know what I mean? It's like, because it's like it keeps looping for you, and you end up really dissatisfied because you push away something that you really want, and you end up dissatisfied as a result, because you keep ending up in this position with this Empress energy, where you're like really wanting to take care of other people, or nurture other people. And what I'm seeing here is that you're needing to nurture yourself through the things that scare you. That's a huge message. That got like really, really deep. Okay. So, as far as your career goes, you have the Knight of Cups, and to clarify that was the King of Cups. This is taking a lot of emotional strength. That's not really the word that I want to use. It's like you're needing to really step into yourself, okay? And I'm going to get into why. Because you have the Hierophant, and the Hierophant can be about structure and order. It can also be about hierarchy. And it may, I feel like I get it. I see. It's like you end up playing small a lot in the position that you're at work. It's like you struggle with speaking out. You struggle with standing up for yourself. You struggle with, expressing yourself and showing people what you're worth. And I actually have that written on my mirror. I have it written, show them what you're worth, baby, because that's what I tell myself all the time. And that's what I tell my kids. And that's what you need to tell yourself. Show them what you're worth. Okay. And like, that's what I feel like you're kind of missing, is that, it's like you've become sort of, oppressed in the situation that you're in, and it's like it's like a casualty of the system at play at work for you because of the fact that you're not able to be a full expression of yourself, okay? Which is really interesting because like I've been getting, like, I get this energy where it's like things are really changing right now. Like they're really changing a lot. And it's so, because like you have the Tower card, and it's not just for you, it's for everybody. And it has a lot to do obviously with this eclipse energy and the other cosmological energies in June, which I can't actually sit here and tell you all of those about because as much as I know about astrology, which is quite a bit, for me to remember all of like the major aspects in June right now, it's not coming to mind. But I do know that there's quite a bit that's happening, and there's a lot of shifts that are happening for everybody. And what keeps like consistently coming out for people is this moon energy of like, you don't see it yet, it's going to be very sudden, but there is going to be a change. Now it could be a shift. It could be a shift within you where you start to show up differently. You know, it's like in the self-mastery, very powerful, like I'm going to express myself at work and I'm just going to see what happens. You know, that kind of thing. It could also be about you following your heart and realizing that being in a situation in which there's a hierarchy doesn't actually work for you. That could be something too. But to clarify, the moon was the Tower. To clarify, the Tower was the moon. So it's like, it's a consistent message here. It's like, you're not going to see it. And this is your card too, Cancer. So it's like, you're not really going to see what's happening, but either way, like it's going to help you tap into, you know, like the highest vibrational expression of yourself through this process. Okay. So let's get into love. You have a really interesting message that came through, and what I got for you is that, excuse me, I need a drink of water real fast, sorry. Okay, so what I got for you, you have the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords and the High Priestess and the Ace of Wands. And I did clarify those, but I'll get into that in just a second. So the Knight of Pentacles tells me that you've pretty much been sure about like the journey that you want to proceed forward on for quite some time. Whether or not you've been able to actually like take steps towards that doesn't really show quite like completely. With the Ace of Wands, there's a potential, okay? But I'm going to get into what I feel like is really blocking you, okay? Because to clarify, this Knight of Pentacles was the Sun card. And I was like, okay, so Cancer knows where their happiness is. Cancer knows where their freedom is. And yet, you're stuck. And I was like, okay, so this is really interesting energy. Because, like, do you see this? The snake with the swords, this is a very deceptive energy. It's like, it's very unsure, you know, you really don't know what to expect with snakes. That's why some like people fear snakes so much. It's because they're unpredictable. They're unpredictable. And with the Knight of Pentacles, you want to predict what's going to happen. You want to know, you know, you want to know that you're going to be happy going into it, or else you just don't want to do it because it's like, it's too risky, right? You don't want to end up being really stressed out. A Cancer just texted me while I'm doing this. How funny. Okay. Anyway, so okay. Then you have the High Priestess, and that's clarified by the Page of Cups, and the Ace of Wands is cleared by the Queen of Swords. Here's what I'm getting for you. There was a period in your life where you either had to keep secrets for a mom or a grandma, okay? And it like kept you, like you kept that going in your life. Like it put you in a position to where you're a very secretive person, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I feel like as a child, any expression of emotion that you had, it's like you were immediately told to no, or stop crying, or don't do that, or you may have been ridiculed. I feel like you just had a very cold parent or a cold grandparent who just did not deal well with emotions. And as a result of that, you've gotten into your adult life where you're like, you feel like it's very risky to express your emotion. And so now it's like, you want to know, like, you have to know that it's like the sure thing before you put yourself out there. But what I'm seeing here is that it's like you're cutting yourself off from that which, like, you're really passionate about. I do live next to a freeway. So you could hold a torch for somebody from the past, or this could also be like, you just be knowing what you're passionate about, knowing what you want, and not going after it because you're afraid that you're going to be met with like a cold person, somebody who resembles a parent or a grandparent that you had growing up, where they're just not very emotional, and they're just not going to be very accepting and receiving of your emotions. Okay. The good thing about the Queen of Swords is that the Queen of Swords really, really likes truth and integrity. Okay. So the Queen of Swords doesn't like secrets. So that's definitely something that you could take to heart. Okay. But I do feel like this is a pretty big blockage for you. And you have the Four of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. I do feel like you're needing to let that go. Also, your animal energy was the raccoon energy. And the raccoon energy can also be about, it could be about secrets. It could be about, how you represent yourself. It could be how you deceive yourself even. And so, I definitely feel like, you're needing to take a step back and really observe yourself with this High Priestess and ask yourself why you are keeping yourself stuck in this energy with the Seven of Swords and the Nine of Swords, which is just, it's fear-based, it's stressful, it's self-deception, and it's ultimately staying stuck. You know what I mean? So, okay, moving forward, you have the King of Wands, though, and you have the Justice card and the Eight of Wands. And so I definitely feel like you're going to do some work here, like maybe you'll see this and you'll be like, okay, yay, like I'm going to actually like take a look at what the heck is going on, because you have the King of Wands, the Justice, and the Eight of Wands, which tells me that you see how the snake is kind of like looping around and eating its tail, making like a figure eight or an infinity symbol. To me, that says that you're taking power over this situation, this self-deceptive energy, okay, over why it's such a risk for you to express your emotions, why you feel like you need to keep them a secret, why you're so afraid of somebody not being receiving. And it's ultimately, it's in your head. You don't actually know how this person's going to receive you. It's like right now you're just so in your head about it. Okay. But anyway, I feel like you're going to take power in that situation, because the King of Wands, very much like the Queen of Wands, they really harness that light and dark energy, and they use it to propel them forward, okay? And that's what's really amazing about the King and Queen of Wands to me, is that, it's like, okay, well, this and this and this has happened, and now I see this. What can I do with this energy? Okay, and I feel like now you have the Justice card, and it's like you're wanting things to be fair and balanced in your life. You're wanting things to be right. You could have your eye on the Libra, or yeah, I've definitely Libra. This is Cancer, yeah, Libra. So. Or you're wanting to bring balance to a situation. It could be a past situation, or it could be somebody that you currently have feelings for and you're just not expressing them, okay? But I definitely feel like you're going to, and that this is moving forward. And you have the Ten of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So, I feel like this is somebody that you really see a future with. You've been holding yourself back. And I see that all over this reading. It's like you keep yourself small, okay? So if you actually are looking for energy healing and you want help with any of these removal of blockages, you can contact me down below. That's all I have for you. All right, bye.